Prasad.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And like the previous speaker and others in this House and elsewhere, I also want to acknowledge the pain and distress of the miners in Greymouth, and also their families, the community, and those who are working on the rescue. So we pray for them and hope all will turn out well. I want to turn my attention to another matter, Mr. Speaker, and it is to simply express what a special privilege it is to be a member of a minority ethnic group and to be also their representative in Parliament and to be here representing their interests. In that capacity, we all know the expectations of that our communities make on us and how often those expectations are quite unreal. Our communities follow our actions, they meet us regularly, and they get quite upset when we can't manage their expectations, we can't be in two places at the same time, or when we let them down by taking a position that is different to the one that they might have taken. And whenever this happens, Mr. Speaker, we are required to front up. We're required to front up and explain and to be accountable for what we've done or have not done. So I do have some understanding of what Pansy Wong might be going through at this time and what her thoughts might be. But I'm also certain that she wants to front up because she wants to meet the expectations of her communities and she wants to explain and to do what is right because that is what our communities have socialized us to do. I believe it would not take much for Pansy Wong to know how many trips she has had, for what purpose she undertook them, which ones did her partner come along with her on, which ones were private, which ones were not, which ones were paid for and how they were paid for. And if she is in any doubt, then she can stop and consult her husband, her diary, her checkbook, her bank statement, etc. And within a matter of hours, I would imagine a day at most, it's a fair expectation that she would be then able to understand exactly where she has gone wrong, where she might have breached the rules, and then to front up. So it's a fair question, Mr. Speaker, as to why she is not here. And she's not here to explain what that might be. And it is time, really, for Pansy Wong to front up and to explain, because that way she meets the expectations of her community as well. But she's not being allowed to do so is the only explanation one has. And she's not been asked not to do that by the Prime Minister herself. And one has to wonder why that might be. Clearly, the Prime Minister has asked Pansy to go to ground, not to make any statements at all, not to explain. And indeed, in advising her to take that position, the Prime Minister actually makes the matters worse for Pansy Wong. And it actually does more damage to a member of an ethnic minority group held in high regard by her own people. So the matters are being made worse. And also, in doing so, the Prime Minister shows a glaring lack of understanding of minority ethnic groups once he visits from time to time, and their cultural expectations and their cultural practices. So we are left to wonder why this might be so. Is the Prime Minister playing for time? When the matter was first raised, he ridiculed Pete Hodgson for raising it, and then asked for a report, also questions. Now he asked for a report, questions the rules, and I wonder what will be the next series of prevarication that he might take. And this is not leadership. This is not demonstration of a set of principles by which the country is run, the Prime Minister himself, members opposite, would like to operate. He seeks to justify and soften up the public, certainly public feels. There's some kind of softening up of the public that is going on, saying that she has paid a heavy price already. It's not my problem. That has got a ring of it from the past. And talks of high standards are indeed let down. Instead, Mr. Speaker, Pansy Wong should be here explaining not just her own actions in this particular case, but explaining why she has not defended the position of the Office of Ethnic Affairs, why the Office of Ethnic Affairs is being downgraded, why she has not raised this with the many communities she has been visiting week in and week out. And it is their views that this is a downgrade, and the Minister has not fronted up, and the communities are left on. It's okay to front up and sing the praises of these communities, but when we need to take their interests further, it is their expectation we'll do that. And so this is a disappointment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.